How do you handle it when a prospect says we're happy with our current provider?
A couple different ways to go about this, depending on the type of person that you're dealing with. I always ask them, "Oh, I understand that because obviously if you weren't happy, you'd have probably called me, right?" But again, how we go about it, they are calling me, so this is a little different, right? So, but I have run into that because in our business, I'm a consumer, so I'm out there talking to people as I'm buying
Hmm.
stuff. I'm always trying to dig up accounts while I'm out there, and they go, "Oh, we're happy with who they're with." And I go, "Well, sure, of course, because I'd be happy with color television or black and white television if I didn't know color TV existed. We're all happy until we find something better, right?" And they go, "Well, yeah, I hear what you're saying." I go, "Well, what do you like about them?" And they usually go, "Oh, service. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Service is important to you then." Yep. And you see, I'm leading them into something. See, these are leading questions. I'm leading you into something. And they go, "Yeah, service is important." I go, "Okay." And this is just one way. And I go, "Okay, so I'd imagine if you could get that same top quality service, but have it at a more affordable situation, that would be even better, wouldn't it?" And then they go, "Well, I'm really happy." And I go, "Well, I mean, I'm sure you'd be happy if you could use more resources to grow your business instead of paying, bank fees." That's like our industry specific kind of thing. But of course they are. We're all happy until we find out that there's something better. So I just got to get that concept to them and figure out how to show them that I'm better.
And Chuck said that's one way, and he went down the price road.
Right.
Chuck, if you weren't going down the price road, uh, so because I think the question you asked is, what if you could have that for basically you said, what if you could have that for more affordable, basically less
Right.
money?
Yep.
How could you do it so you didn't go down the price road?
Well, then you start asking questions like operational type questions, like, well, how does, and again, I'm using our industry because that's what I do every day.
Yeah.
There's things like, well, I might notice what type of equipment they're using. And I go, "Oh, maybe they just have a standard piece of equipment that doesn't do all the fancy things that they should have in their shop." I go, they go, "Oh,
Hmm.
I see you've got the FD 150, right?" And they're going, "Yep, yep." And I go, "Well, how do you do inventory?" And they go, "Huh?" And I go, "Well, does that do inventory management for you?" And they go, well, no. And let me give you a story. I'll tell you, this is a true story. We'd gone in, one of our sales partners had gone into a liquor store, and the guy that owned the liquor store, I swear to God, was 2 days older than dirt. He was an old dude. I mean, Jesus called him sir. I mean, that's how old this guy was, right? And smoked one right after another, had a big, and this was 20 years ago. But the interesting thing is when we approached him about his account, he had a phenomenal deal. There really was nothing that we could do dollars and cents wise that would warrant him going through making these switches. And one of the questions that we asked him was exactly that, about inventory. "Well, how do you do your inventory?" And he goes, "Well, I hired these 3 young guys. They come in here once a month and it cost me $300 and a 6-pack of Coronas," some weird deal like that. And he goes, "They
A
come
couple air
in,
fresheners and a bottle and a plastic comb.
and a bottle
Yeah.
of Old Harbor," right? And
Yeah.
so he goes, "I pay $300 a month to have them do inventory for us." And I said, "Well, what?" And the sales partner said, "Well, what if I could show you how to just at the point of sale, that every time you made a transaction, it already did your inventory management, and it was live. You knew to the gnat's ass every minute what your inventory was." And then he goes, "Well, tell me more." He was interested
Right.
in that. So you don't have to. I don't like to go down the money. I don't like to come in cheaper, right? Or less expensive unless I really have to. I want to bring more value in. So
Right.
what are some things that I can do to bring value in? And obviously, depending on who you're talking to, you gotta get to it. You gotta be on it because they're already telling you no, right? They're already saying I'm happy, so they're saying no already. So now I got to be quick. I got to kind of figure out the dynamics of the situation and go from there. But always lead in with questions. Start asking questions, and that's where people fail. That's why we
Yeah.
asked them, "Well, what do you do for inventory management?" We did not go, "Hey, well, I can get you something to do inventory management for you." And he might go, "Nah, my kid does it. I love it because I spend half
Exactly.
the day with
Exactly.
them." And
Exactly.
you
Right.
got to ask questions. Selling is not telling. You'll never tell your way to a sale. You can only
Yeah.
ask your way to a sale.
Where Chuck said what he didn't say was,
Right.
oh, we could get you something for inventory management. That's telling.
Right.
Instead, he said, what do you do for inventory management? Does this
Yeah.
thing do inventory management? Well, of course it doesn't do it. So you're
Oh,
playing this. You
right.
understand
And
which way to go, because if you're doing this for freedom and not just a job where you get paid,
mm-hmm,
you don't really care about it because you're not going to do
mm-hmm,
it tomorrow anyway because you're going to find a better job. But if you're doing this
right.
really like, man, I want to do this to get free. These are the things that you use.
Right.
And even if you are going to leave this job tomorrow, if you understand how to do this stuff, you take this with you wherever
You
you
own it.
go. It's yours. You can apply it
Mm-hmm,
wherever you go. So
mm-hmm.
that's one of the things when people on our team we talk about. And what you can see, obviously, we talk about it. If you were on our team right now, we'd be showing you how to do that, and we'd hope that you'd stay with us till you're free and beyond. We hang out forever. But when you're with us, the same things that we show you how to do very successfully and get free, should you decide to go somewhere else, you take that with you.
Right.